In this video, I'm going to be unboxing and spray testing the Iwata Eclipse Takumi. Let's get into it right now. So as you can see, the Eclipse Takumi has the same style packaging as the super popular HPCS Eclipse. The back of the box shows you the side feed cup, and it's 0.24 ounces or 7 ml capacity, and then obviously the airbrush, and with the super lube that they give you with every single airbrush. I don't particularly use it myself, but up to you if you do want to go and use that. It also shows you where on the scale between extreme detail to extra wide the Eclipse Takumi fits in, and you can see it's halfway between the fine up until the wide, so predominantly in that medium section. That said, if I compare that to the Eclipse, you can see it's in the same sort of range as far as level of detail. However, with the Eclipse, I can still get super fine with that brush, and I'm pretty sure that even with this one, I'll be able to do the same. So just use this as a guide. It's not 100% that that's exactly what it's going to do. Once you get better with airbrushing and you learn your paint mixes and your air pressure, how to get fine detail, then you'll be able to do that with pretty much any brush, regardless of the nozzle or needle size. And just to read what it says on the back here, side feed dual action airbrush, high flow to atomize heavier mediums, durable, easy to clean compression fit nozzle, E3 head system, 25 to 35 psi optimal working pressure, quick flush cutaway preset handle. Okay, just want to open up the box now, so just carefully cut these tabs. So in the box you get a sticker, you get a quick start guide, the spray testing done at the Iwata factory, and you can see even with this, that's pretty fine. So there's no doubt you'll be able to get fine detail with this, even though it did say more medium spray. And then of course the airbrush, very nice. It's got that squared off trigger, feels super smooth. And you've got the spot here for the side feed cup. One thing to note is that you can also take this off if you're left or right-handed and switch the side of the cup if need be. The airbrush itself, there's a good weight to it. It's got the cutaway handle, so this is perfect if you've got a blockage. You just press down for air and then pull back like so, and that's going to blast out the paint, and that will dislodge anything that's potentially stuck in your fluid nozzle. You can see it's got the crown cap on here. I always take these off, but you can clearly see why they call it a crown cap. And you can see the needle on here is pretty fine. It's the same as the HPCS Eclipse with a 0.35mm needle nozzle setup. And I would suggest when you're not using it to put the crown cap back on to protect your needle. If you drop the airbrush with the needle exposed, you can not only damage your needle but also your nozzle, and it'll be a very expensive exercise. And I also like using these rubber protector caps, pop them back on, and that's going to protect your needle and nozzle. So you can see the side cup's a nice size. As I mentioned earlier, it holds 7 ml or 0.24 ounces. It's got the breather hole in the top, as with all gravity feed and side feed brushes, and always make sure that that remains clear. Otherwise you could have some performance issues. And you can see it's a decent sized cup. That's plenty of room for paint, and that'll keep you painting for quite some time. And the lid just presses on. To fit the cup to the airbrush, just push this part into that hole and it'll fit in nice and snug. And then if you want to work down on the surface, then you can easily twist that cup. Keep in mind that because of the size of the cup, if you twist it up too high, it'll get in the way of your trigger finger. So I'll probably just have it about there, as I like to put my finger over the front. But again, if it's uncomfortable on that side, then it's easy enough just to switch it over to the other side of the airbrush. But it's good that you've got that versatility with the cup, so you can just twist it whichever way you wish. Okay, so to test it out, I'm just going to pop some blue in there, and I'm going to remove that crown cap. So from a distance, you get a nice broad spray. You can colour in really quickly, really smash on the paint if you wish, or just dust it on lightly. As far as lines are concerned, thicker lines like this are very easy and smooth. If you want to go thinner, move up closer, pull back less on the paint, and it's extremely responsive. I really like the feel of it actually. That trigger works really nicely, super smooth, and as you can see there, I'm not having any trouble getting fine detail out of it. Bit of tip drying now. So that's the good thing about removing that crown cap. I can see that really easily and then carefully pick it off with your fingernail. If you're not comfortable using your fingernail, just use like a cotton bud, or you can use something like this, Iwata washing brush, or even just a regular brush, and just use that to brush off your tip drying nice and carefully and safely. And I just sprayed a bit of window cleaner on there just to help to remove that. You can also spray reducer, thinner, airbrush cleaner, whatever you like, or even warm soapy water will work. And any of the products that I'm mentioning in this video, I'll link up to in the description below. But it's really smooth. It's got a great feel to it. I actually like that it's side feed because I can see exactly where I'm going with the airbrush. Nothing's obstructing my vision. And if you feel as though the trigger tension isn't right, then that can be easily tweaked as well. This one's working really nicely, nice and responsive, but to adjust it, you can just remove your handle and then unwind this section here. In there's a spring, so the more you unwind it, the looser that spring gets. You're going to have a looser throw. If you want it a bit tighter, then wind it back in, and that's going to tighten it up. And then your cutaway handle here, you press down for air. So this is used if you want to blast out some of the paint. You can just pull back and it's going to release full throttle paint as if your airbrush has gone into single action mode, and that's going to blast out any contaminants that may be stuck in the front of your fluid nozzle. So to fast track your learning, you can definitely check out our online airbrushing course at airbrushassylum.thinkific.com, or you can continue to watch some of the other videos that I've got listed here. And until next time, go grab your airbrush, do some amazing artwork yourself, and I'll see you again very, very soon in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.